future, talk radio will actually educate, inspire, and make you think. The future is now. Topics and music that affect your life from Universal Broadcasting Network. Tune in at ubnradio.com. Love, it's not always an easy thing, but when you find it, there's nothing like it. And Finding Cupid with David CRUZ is here to help you do just that. It's a show where celebrity guests, singers, writers, and friends all come together to talk about one thing: love. Finding Cupid with David CRUZ, only on ubnradio.com.
And good morning and welcome to Finding Cupid Radio. My name is David CRUZ. We are coming to you live from the Sunset Gower Studios here in Hollywood on a lovely, lovely California winter morning. It's about 65 and we're bundled. We're bundled. It's cold. Davina is in a low-cut dress.
Charlie's wearing clothes. I'm dressed like a lumberjack
what the
over
hell
here.
is this?
Yeah.
You guys are being a little dramatic.
Hey, listen, that's California for you.
Oh, my God.
It gets to 60 and we're like, Burr, turn the heater on.
Wearing a down vest.
I'm going to make a fire.
Let's
Yeah.
wear beanies.
You guys are a bunch of
You guys,
wusses.
it's partly because I didn't want to comb my hair, okay? Haven't combed it in days.
What was your excuse last week?
We went on the show last week, so there. Haha, caught you in a lie.
Okay. On that note, I'm going to welcome my sassy and well-slept co-host today. Per usual, welcome to the show, Matt Wall,
Hi, I'm sassy.
Davina Adjani,
Hello.
and Shawn Michael.
I'm
welcome.
rested.
Yeah.
I mean, round of
hot
applause
here.
for all of that.
It's hot,
It
right?
is really hot in here.
Holy.
I know.
It's
I'm
the
gonna
fire
I'm
I'm
gonna
in.
take off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a little something off here.
Heat's
Um,
on.
Oh, man.
You guys, first of all, sorry, I have to take. It is warm.
got
It's
warm.
warm in the studio. We have like a million lights in here.
Oh, we look good.
But we come. Yes, we look
Do
great.
we?
I know.
Yeah, I think-
Under all these crazy, crazy lights. It is the eve of Thanksgiving. The last few weeks, I've been a little crazy, I'm going to admit. Ask Matt when I drove up in the studio this morning. What was I playing, Matt?
He was blasting holiday music.
Yes. So, in honor of that moment, let's just get to it.
Oh, man.
Oh, it makes me so happy. Come on.
You're one of those guys
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
that
Celebrates.
Christmas in July. You know?
No.
No.
Actually, I hate that. I don't do that. You know, Abby does that. The Abbey does that here in West Hollywood. And I'm
Do
like,
they?
I don't get it.
It's kind of
Because
cute.
then you take out all the Christmas decorations and you got to put them all back. That doesn't make sense. to me.
No. Listen, I love Christmas music.
Yes.
Now, my girlfriend Danielle, she is the worst at this.
Yes. Why?
Because, as soon as like there's a tiny glimpse of Christmas coming.
Yes.
It's like our house is decorated in Christmas stuff. There's like two trees everywhere. It's crazy.
I love
it's
Danielle. Danielle, this is why we get along.
I know you guys.
I love her.
First, it was pumpkins. First, there were pumpkins everywhere. It's like they were reproducing in my house. And now there is like mistletoe,
damn pumpkins.
and the Santa is like watching me while I sleep. It's crazy.
I blame Trader Joe's.
Yes.
You know
I
what?
agree.
I
Happily
blame
agree
Trader
with
Joe's.
that.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably where they're spawning is at Trader Joe's.
At the checkout.
It's
they're
like an STD there. Everyone's
Mis-
got it.
Yeah, mistletoe. When they-
And I'm looking to get it.
I'm gonna start a rehab clinic for you
I
guys.
got it. Oh my God. Well, we are on the eve of Thanksgiving, and I'm, like I said, terribly excited for the holidays. Lots to be thankful for this year. I'm sure everyone all around. I can't even begin to explain. Like, I feel like a lot of people said this to me. This has been a crazy year, first of all.
It has
I'm
been.
kind of happy for it to be over, but I'm also, in retrospect, very thankful for everything that we have. I think on the way here, Hollywood's got a lot of, like, homeless people. So it's always like interesting experience to drive into the studio here because there's like a lot of that, there's like cool stuff, big buildings, lots of Hollywood things, and then you see like homeless people, and you're like, you got to be thankful. So no matter
for the homeless people,
yeah, I mean, without them,
I know,
where
keeping
would we
us
be?
humble.
Where would
We
be?
wouldn't know how lucky we
We
are.
wouldn't. I'm telling
That was
you,
terrible.
you're
I'm a nice
horrible.
person.
Whatever.
So, but yeah, I mean, I think it puts things in perspective. I think that on the flip side, the happy like feels that I get from all this like holiday spirit mode thing that I've been in is that I'm like, all right, I want to like donate to stuff. I want to do charities. I want to like, it helps me focus on like giving back. So if it does one thing for anybody out there, I hope it allows you to kind of also think outside of the box of not just giving to the friends and people that you know and love, but also to the people in
the strangers. Give to
the strangers on the streets.
By the way, now that the year is almost over, how do you guys remember your your New Year's resolution last year?
Yes.
And how far have you gotten into that resolution? Is it successful or not? I'm kind of curious.
I was.
So what was yours?
I wanted to get more fit and
More fish?
More
fish?
more fit.
Sean
and
wanted to
lose-
get more fish.
Lose some weight.
And how did it go?
I lost a little too much. I lost like 15, 18 pounds.
Oh,
I
wow.
need to do that. So help
what?
me.
Can I just hang out with you?
It was an accident. Like the first time we're like, okay, I'm getting.
Did
I'm
you get
running.
malaria? What happened?
No, I fell in love and got my heart broken. So
Oh.
yeah. But
That's
the
like
other,
the best way
Yeah.
to lose weight.
Seriously.
It really is.
That needs to be in a pill.
yeah.
I know, right?
But then the other goal was fall in
That's
love
the-
and be open to it. So hey, did it.
Oh, look at her.
That's great.
making it
Matt,
happen.
what about you?
I didn't lose any weight. I also probably got my heart broken too. So
What was your resolution? I mean,
winning?
winning.
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 I don't know. It's always something dumb. It's like, this is going to be my year. 2016 was my year, and then it wasn't. And then 2017.
I remember that.
No, I don't
Did
know
you
what my
make
resolutions.
resolutions?
I think that it's always the same. It's like, go to the gym, blah, blah, blah.
These don't sound like good resolutions. I think these were like half-assed resolutions, Matt.
Okay, well.
We need to focus. We need a vision board.
A list.
Yes, a list. A simple list would do.
A Post-it.
Yeah.
Well,
Put it on his
actually, I
fridge.
do remember proclaiming like, I'm gonna travel more. I'm gonna do my best to like get back to Utah more, and I did that this year. I did. I went back
You did.
so much.
Yeah, you were gone like half the year.
Yeah, I hate
Basic. Yeah. So.
And you've become a lumberjack. Look at that.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like.
I've
chop
never
wood
seen
now.
you
So
in a
butch.
flannel shirt and
So
a
masked.
beanie ever. This is the
Really?
first ever. This is
You're like,
This is a costume.
the world is your stage and this is your costume. So
is this how
masculine of you.
lumberjacks?
this is exactly how
yeah,
they
that's
dance.
exactly
Yeah.
how they dance.
This is really
Like
Yeah,
a
anyway.
gnome.
jazz hands. Yeah.
So.
I remember, so I'm like a big vision board person, always have been. If you visit my house, they're tucked away neatly in my bedroom behind my door, weirdly enough. And because you're supposed to put them in places where you can see them all the time to remind you of your visions and goals of the year. But I remember making mine, I think, towards the beginning of the year. And weirdly enough, I was looking back on that, trying to understand, like, did I forget about doing things? Did I do some stuff? And I did a lot of them. The one thing, though, that is, escaped me for the last couple of years has been the gym thing. Like, I just can't get it down. And my excuse has been, are you ready for it? That I got married. So there was so much going on. And then we were planning for the wedding and saving, and there wasn't enough time to do the gym thing. So I've been kind of haphazardly doing the gym. So I'm hoping next year I really make that happen. But yeah, I feel like that's already on my mind. Like I need to go back and stop gaining the LBs on this side. Yeah. I don't want to be that guy in a relationship that like has the beer belly and like wears like gym shoes with straight leg jeans. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
I get it.
We
Sean?
also
This is what
don't
David
want
worries
that
about.
friend.
Huh?
We also don't want you to be that friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, so.
Are you sure?
We
We have to have an intervention. for you.
Intervention.
Intervention.
I think you'll always be stylish even if you're fat.
But that's not a good excuse. Then I'll turn into the girl that wears black leggings with oversized shirts.
Oh, I hate that bitch. I know that bitch.
Well, sometimes we gotta be
how
comfortable.
about your goals?
You know, Usually my goals are always about they're social. So, kind of go out more, maybe reach out to friends that I haven't seen in a while. Because I'm the kind of guy that I have a hard time reaching out to old friends. I kind of like let those relationships go, and I always kick myself because I'm like, what happened to that guy? What happened to that girl? So usually they revolve around that. But this year I decided I really need to focus on my finances. There's a specific goal in mind that I wanted. I was like, I'm just gonna. And I've been really working hard. I've been working like 12-hour days, at the office, and it's been really paying off. So I'm really, really happy.
No pun intended. It's been
paying off. Yeah. So it's been good. Yeah.
Awesome. That's a good one. I almost rarely hear that on people's goals for New Year's resolutions and
Finances?
stuff. To be financially secure.
No
have
one
like
wants to think about
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I'd
but we
rather
want
spend
it. We
money.
do. We want it.
Yeah.
I want it in another person. So like a boy.
You want what in another person? Be
a
specific.
financially
Sugar
fit
daddy.
person.
Yeah.
Financially fit.
How's that sugar daddy app going, by the way?
It's a lot of sugar babies.
Oh,
so
sugar
I don't know
babies.
if the sugar babies are like you'll do for now hooking ups, or I tried to log in the other day and it made me like want to start all over again. So I was like, what happened to my profile?
Also, high five for still logging in,
Yeah.
Thank you.
keeping that dream going.
Wait, can you
I'll
hook
log
up
in
with
right
other
now.
sugar babies if
I
you're a
think you
sugar
could.
baby? Can you talk to
I
them?
guess. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, but when they go out, they probably split the bill.
Right.
Right?
Ooh,
It's
can I
awkward.
Venmo you? 'Cause I don't
Yeah.
have any cash.
Yeah. The old dine and dash.
Yeah, there's a
Um,
lot of 21-year-olds and such.
Mm.
I'm 21 on the app too. Definitely, I am 21.
I wanted to do something fun because you guys are obviously my radio family here. So I brought you some stuff to
Oh,
say
wow.
thank you for all your awesome
Aw.
radio loveliness. Matt, if you
Yeah.
don't mind.
Oh, this is
Is
surprise.
it certain bags for certain people?
Yeah, grab the big one. That's for Shawn. Shawn, I brought you some extra things because
Oh.
Danielle, your girlfriend, is lovely and I love her.
Oh, yes.
So I
Oh
got
my
some treats from
God.
my favorite place in the
This
world,
is
Sugarfina.
Fantastic.
If you guys don't know Sugarfina, it's like next level
I'm going
sweets.
to show it to the camera.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Danielle is like, she loves sweets and she loves Sugarfina. She's going to go crazy. This
And
is.
then
Thank you so much.
Of course, you're welcome. And so I know. Hold on.
Wow.
I know everyone
Oh my
loves this stuff. Oh wait,
goodness.
so okay,
do.
so that's yours. This is for Davina. So
Thank
I
you.
tried to pay attention to some of the things that you like. And I
Black
know
men.
there's a long black penis in there.
Wait, whoa.
Whoa.
So Davina, I got you some scotch in there.
Oh my god.
No.
I know you
Yes.
love
I
scotch.
scotch.
Nice.
Shawn, you have some tequila in there.
Perfect.
And
Thank you.
you have a long black dildo.
Gosh.
You, my friend, champagne and rosé.
Oh, rosé all day.
Yeah, so good stuff.
Thank you,
Thank
David.
you.
This
You're
is
welcome.
really
I don't
nice. of you.
drink
Thank you.
Thank you for
alcohol.
being such wonderful people here on the show.
I love these.
Oh yeah, and chocolate covered champagne bears.
I love 'em.
I mean, you guys,
you
you
so
can't
much.
lose. Go to Sugarfina.
Yeah, you can't lose weight because you're
Hashtag
eating chocolate.
He's trying to get a head start.
Everybody
Yeah.
get
It
fat
is.
around
Notice
here.
how, like, he's not eating them, we're eating them. This is
Yeah.
a very smart strategy.
Yep.
Don't
Yep.
lose weight yourself, make everybody else fat.
I am no fool, my friend.
I like that.
You're welcome. Yay, giving.
Yay, the giving tree.
Thank you.
Matt has a fun story that he heard that we are going to get
yeah.
into in Love It or Lose It. So let's just get into that. For those just tuning in, we have a great show for you today. We're going to talk about how to survive the holidays. For all of you who are single or in relationships, that's like half the team here, which is great. There's a lot of questions that everyone has to answer during this time of year. It is questions about, why are you single? What was that guy that you were dating last year? When are you getting married? All these questions. So we put together some tidbits, some bits of advice for everybody here. And we're going to talk about that in a second. So tune in a little bit later in the show. But as always, every week we like to go through the latest in dating and relationship news with a little segment we call Love It or Lose It. And let's get started with that.
Let's do it.
And now it's time for Love It or Lose It.
Oh my God. I love this
You
this
do.
music so much.
This makes me so happy.
I
a
love that you
drug.
love it.
I honestly, my taste in music is definitely like gay man in a club. There's no, I'm
That's
not.
great. That's a great taste.
I'm just saying. It's always been that way. I
Well,
think that's why we get along so well.
That's why we love you.
That's why we love to go out together.
I
you know?
haven't been out with you in a while. Now. It's
I
time.
know.
It's
We
time.
need the team. I don't.
We need
I
a
know. I know.
Team
I know. I'm sorry.
bonding. We'll do some
CRUZ.
trust falls.
Trust falls.
Oh my god.
How about some trust shots?
What?
It's like a surprise shot. You don't know what it is. You just gotta trust me.
Suicide.
Oh god.
That I don't know if I can do. That's a little
No,
scary.
no, no.
All right. So as always, in Love It or Lose It, we go around the table with the latest news, and the team members tell us if they love it or lose it. We'll start with the first one. Oh, wait, what is going on there?
This is
So
the top
much
of the
music.
show.
All right,
Come
let's
together
get
every
into
Wednesday
it.
at 2 p.m. on UBN Radio with yours truly, Sunny
What's
Chase,
happening?
Oh,
the host of Singing in the
I
Rain.
don't know.
Singing in the rain.
Singing in the rain.
You know, it's not a fun show unless somebody sings in the rain. All right. Well,
Talk about dating.
let's go back
terminology,
to Love It or Lose It.
Lose.
Okay, so you know how we're always talking about like the new dating terms that are coming out: breadcrumbing, ghosting, zombieing, turkey basting.
Turkey basting. Right.
Go Rose.
You haven't heard that one? You haven't heard that one?
Oh, no, what is that
It's when
one?
someone does you in the butt and then they leave. Never heard from
Oh.
That's not true.
It's a real term that I just made up.
That's gross. Let's enter it.
Oh my goodness.
I hate it when I get turkey basted.
Yeah. So do I. So early in the morning.
Welcome to the show.
Mom, I hope you're listening.
I know.
All
Yeah,
your moms.
I,
so
I hope
proud.
my entire family is
Sorry.
tuning in right now.
Listen,
and
you blame
coworkers.
me. Blame me.
Oh, that's great.
So Huffington Post put together a list basically saying that at this point in life, we are dictionary worthy of all these terms. So there was a bunch of terms that were on there. All of these things, I think, Matt, you had... like I don't know if you pulled it up already, but there were some things that were like
Pulled it
really,
up.
really funny that I had not even heard any before, which is crazy because I feel like we talk about dating terms all the time
Yeah.
here. A couple terms that I have not heard were a half night stand.
What is that?
Yeah.
It's when you stay over, you do a hookup, but you don't sleep over. You're kind of like you sleep after, and then you gotta have to go
You
middle of the
sleep.
night.
I've
So you
done
take
that.
a little snooze and then you
Yeah, you
bounce?
snooze and go.
I've done that.
A half night
But you can
stand.
just
yeah.
exit after the deed.
So I think it's very important to have that in your repertoire
Oh
because
yeah,
you know.
In your repertoire.
But
absolutely, because
in your black book
Let me
repertoire.
look. What have I done?
yeah.
A half night stand.
This is my resume.
very good.
Yeah.
Very
I'm
good.
an expert in the
Tell me
half-night
about the half night stand.
A quarter.
You know what though? Half night stand. You were good enough to stay a little longer.
Yeah.
But not.
No.
Yeah.
No, just leave.
Not enough.
Just leave.
Another word was fubbing. This
is
sounds
that?
disgusting, by the way.
With a PH.
Yeah, fubbing.
Fubbing.
Matt.
Fubbing. A word that combines phone and snubbing. To fub someone means to ignore them in favor of your phone. A cardinal sin in any romantic relationship.
Fubbing.
So like when you're
Example.
out together and you're like you're on your phone.
On your phone.
And they're talking to you. and
You're just
still on your
like,
phone.
meh, my phone's more
Be more
important.
interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell
Yeah,
you.
right.
Happens.
Also, but also rude.
I think that happens in friendships too. I mean, it just happens all the time.
100%
Yeah.
happens.
Oh,
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
try not to
it's
be
not
the
just
guy.
dating.
Yeah, I try not to be the guy that's like trying to make a social moment where I'm like, ooh, let's take a picture, and then it turns into that thing. Which I'm
Yeah.
usually that guy.
I'm usually that person.
The one I loved was Tinstagramming.
Oh
What's
God,
that?
what's that?
When you sneak into someone's Instagram DMs after failing to match with them on Tinder. So, example, I swiped left on him on Tinder, then I received an Instagram DM from him telling me he rarely messages people off Tinder,
Yeah,
but that I
right.
seemed like a pretty cool girl.
Yeah, he copy pasted that
Oh, that's
So-
crazy.
So you guys didn't match, and then you're like, oh, but I remember your Instagram because it was on your Tinder profile, and then you go to that person
shit. That and you screenshot it and sent it to like 5 friends going, look at that
and
one.
said, look at my new
yeah,
hookup.
Yeah,
A
this is
new
happening.
date.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Instagramming.
ballsy because you know when they snap or what?
Well, I wouldn't screenshot anything. I
When
would
you
just like,
screenshot.
message
That's what I'm
them.
trying to say. Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah. So, but normally I wouldn't just find their page. Like, you had to do some digging.
Yeah, digging for dick
Oh,
early in the morning.
although it's a great way to meet people, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So
Is it
a lot of the terms on here we use monogamish.
monogamish?
What does that mean?
That's
You know, when
normal.
you're like
Story of my life.
you're like
You're all
committed but
kinda-
thinking about being open.
Mhm. That was that was Davina episode 1. She
Yeah, that was
monogamish.
Davina's episode of. Yeah.
Monogamish.
Send
Yeah.
nudes is like a phrase now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's like-
stashing.
Stashing.
What's stashing?
To stash someone is to almost make it official, but never introduce the other person to your family or friends.
Ooh,
Also, you refuse to
That's
acknowledge them on social media.
rude.
I've been there. Where you're like,
Oh,
are we
yeah.
dating? And then you're just like, but you're not in their photos. But when you are, like, it's just, they're
Mhm.
very much keeping you hidden.
Mm-hmm.
But then behind closed doors, you're like, they're number one.
I see.
Eek.
Stashing.
So you're back
I love
burner
this.
person.
Yeah.
Yes, back burner's also on the list.
Ah.
So I think by the end of next year we'll have a solid like
Just a
encyclopedia
solid
of like
dictionary.
words.
Yeah.
I nominate turkey basting. I'm just gonna say. I think we could make more words up. Just saying. I mean, the whole point is making them up and then tying them into something that happens.
and
Right?
using them.
Turkey basting.
I like
Turkey
layover.
What's
Layover?
Yeah.
What would layover be?
It's the person you go to in between people when you're on your way to the next.
So like,
The
you,
layover.
your usual customer. Yeah, I get it.
My customer fell in love.
First of all, customer.
Oh.
Customer.
I'm very excited for him with someone
you?
else. Yeah.
Why customer?
No, my
Why
Her
is it-
layover.
my layover.
Oh.
Layover, yeah.
My
You know,
layover.
customer
is-
insinuates something else.
No, guys.
Sounds like you're making money.
I mean, I should be getting paid for what I do. But
Wow.
if
All
I
right,
was
then.
a Yelp page, rave review,
Wow.
Yowzer.
few check-ins,
Wow.
rave reviews.
Few check-ins.
What would be the health score? I don't know. Is that an
That's the
A?
best way to go
Oh,
about it,
5
though.
stars.
Oh my God. Do you have a menu posted online?
Yeah, for services.
Photos.
Photos.
Reviews from the place.
God, I can't with
I'm
you
telling
doing this.
you,
Spacious.
If
it's not
It is
spacious.
not. It's tight and compact.
Yeah, cozy.
Flexible.
how many dollar signs?
Yeah. How many dollar signs?
Okay, I really hope my parents are tuning in. Yeah.
God.
my
Well,
God.
I'm just going to go out on a ledge here and say we all love this.
Oh, that's
Everyone,
do.
love it or lose it.
we love it.
We love it.
Okay. Moving on. We all know Bumble, right?
Yeah.
Bumble has been, I would say out of all of the dating apps has been moving fast forward lately. They introduced, what was it? Bumble
Business.
Connect something. It
Bumble
was-
friends. No.
They,
BFFs,
Those
yeah.
are friends.
They had Bumble BFFs. They
Yeah.
did Bumble. Hold on. I had
Business,
it.
yeah.
They had the one where you connected
It's
with
definitely the most like
networking and-
professional / not the sleaziest app out there.
Yeah. So they were approached not too long ago. I believe it was in 2015 or something like that, by the Match Group. And so Match Group owns Match.com, all these other dating websites that are out there.
Tinder, okay, Cupid.
Okay, Cupid, Tinder. And they said no to them. And of course, Bumble's just been blowing up.
No to 450 million.
That was the original offer.
Good for them.
So now Match Group came back and said, "We're not done yet. I want that B
Wow.
Bumble." And now they've come back with this offer with a valuation of $1 billion, and they're courting them again. And according to Forbes magazine, Forbes just published this article. And then TechCrunch came out and said this has also been verified by inside sources, quote unquote. So my question to the team is: do we love this or do we lose it? Because do we like Bumble the way it is? Because they seem to be doing great. We have a female CEO there. She's taking names, kicking ass, that whole thing. Do we love it or lose it? Do we want them to get
don't
acquired?
love it. So what a lot of people don't know, I've worked with Match.com and I've worked with JDate. So what a lot of people don't know is that there's really just 3 major corporations that own these websites. One of them is JDate, and then they own like a lot of little stuff that you guys probably never heard of. And then there's
Like-
Match.com, like
Finding Cupid.
finding
We're for sale.
Finding Cupid, yeah.
$100,000. That's all.
Yeah, and then there's Match.com who bought Tinder. Well, no, they kind of made Tinder and then they bought them, and they're huge. They're just massive, right? And the problem is that they're so big. the quality of Match.com and Tinder is kind of declining, right? Everybody's sort of getting off Tinder and going to Bumble.
Yeah.
And I'm really afraid that if they buy Bumble, we're going to see the same decline because they're all about just expansion and money, and Bumble is about quality, real hardcore quality.
Yeah.
So I would really hate to see Bumble go for the money and lose their
They
their
also only
appeal.
have 70
I agree.
employees.
How many?
70.
Only 70?
Only 70, yeah.
What?
85% women.
See, that's fantastic. I
Yeah.
love that. I would hate that culture to be disrupted.
Could
by,
they still sell and then be like, but here's our
It's hard
Yeah.
because they have
No, you lose
influence.
control.
Yeah.
how
How hard?
how hard is it?
It's like a really masculine top getting on you.
Sounds hard.
Can't say no.
Yeah, sounds
You are
real
raunchy
difficult.
this morning.
Yeah.
I've had
David.
sleep too.
Yeah, both of you.
I think it would be very hard to say
Hard?
no to $1 billion.
But they make so much money and they're growing.
$1 billion.
That's so much money. You could
That's a
buy a
lot.
lot.
She could
of
retire.
things.
It's tempting, right?
Well, she could retire with $450 million when she was offered that.
That's
I don't think
true.
she wants that.
But remember, a while back, like 2 years, let's just take 2 years ago in Bumble's history. She hadn't even done half of what she's done. I mean, time in tech world is very, very fast.
Yeah.
So maybe she's got lots to do. I mean, I don't know. Is the goal of an entrepreneur to create a big business and sell it and then retire successfully? Question mark.
Yeah.
I don't know.
For some.
For
Yeah.
some.
So I'll go around then. Sean, I'll start with you.
I don't like it.
No.
I
She says-
hope she makes the right decision and
Lose it.
not go for it.
Okay. Davina.
Lose it.
Lose it too.
Yeah.
All right.
I think-
Matt.
She should not sell, and then in a couple years they'll offer $2 billion.
Hold out for more money. I think we're all on the same page. I like what's going on there. I love that she's a female CEO. I love everything that's kind of going on culturally. And I think that world, especially tech world, needs more of that. So I think she should hold out too. So I'm agreeing with you guys. I lose it.
I would just love a couple more matches. She could somehow.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So your profile.
All right,
sucks.
Whitney, if you're listening. All right, last one here. The Knot. We all know who The Knot is, right? That really awesome wedding website. They always do surveys, and around this time of year, there's a ton of surveys that come out, which is like awesome because I love all the surveys that come out, especially when it has to deal with dating and relationships. Everyone starts to take like surveys on like where people met, when they got married. Of course, The Knot does that all. They released a survey recently talking about all different things, primarily like where a lot of their users on the wedding website. When I was getting married, I registered there because they had a lot of resources too. And then they do surveys. And so some fun things came out of this recent survey. This big one piece I want to talk about, which is 19% of brides said that they met their spouse through an online dating site or social media, or on social media this year, which is up 14% from 2016. Up 14%. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Like, crazy. Online pairings finished above meeting through friends, which is only 17%. And at college, at college, people still
does
meet in
that?
college and
Yeah.
get married. 15%, or at work only 12%. So
it's the highest group now.
it's the highest group of where people have met, fallen in love, and are now getting married.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
it's crazy.
I personally know so many people who've met on Tinder or Bumble or Match or whatever, and now getting married. It's like I don't think I know a lot less people now meeting other ways.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I feel like Jonathan and I, when we met, it was like it's weird even now when people ask. I was like, oh, we met at a bar, like in person.
Like people still do that.
Yeah, it's like how? Like they look at me like how?
Yeah.
Like you were there, like you weren't FaceTiming, like
You spoke to each other?
I don't know, augmented reality. I don't get it.
But that was a couple years ago too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Before the wave, I guess. So that's probably why.
But that was the normal. I mean, the norm, and meeting online was weird, and now it's the other
you
way
wanna talk
around.
about it.
Yeah.
So for all those people who are thinking online's not for me, well, it's for
It's
Join the
everybody
wave.
else.
Yeah.
I
It's
do
not
wonder
for
where
me.
the other like 45-ish% of people are meeting though.
Yeah, I know.
They didn't answer.
I
They're
don't
meeting through Yelp reviews and customer evaluations.
The study also reviewed a bunch of other fun stuff too. And Matt, do you have the rest of the list up? Because there's some other things in there.
I have a list.
One of the things was 90% of couples also used a mobile wedding planner app to plan their weddings.
90%?
90%. Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Put it.
Yeah, because I feel like during my wedding, it was like and this is why, a lot of the wedding apps, you have your checklist on it. So instead, old school ways, they used to like, you have to bring a book with your wedding inspiration or your head count or your invite list. So the app allows you to access that information when you're at a store and you're like, how many napkins do I need? So that makes sense to me. That trend more than doubled from the 42% using those apps in 2014. So, I mean, the phone is the way to go. Matt, do you have any
Diamond ring?
Oh, yeah, talk about that one.
Or engagement rings jumped from 5,000 to 6,300
On average.
on average.
Fuck.
That's a lot.
That's
of
not
money.
good news for me.
I was going to say, sorry about it, Sean.
Yeah.
Grooms are spending over 3 months looking for the perfect ring, and more than 4 months planning the proposal.
Wow.
Wowzers.
So that's like on your mind for a while.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Well,
It is.
because you're thinking about $6,000.
I can't
Holy
afford
crap.
this.
$6,000.
That's a lot of money
Davina,
for a ring.
$6,000. In your opinion, as a woman, do you care if the ring is
I don't-
expensive?
Oh,
or
they care.
like,
It's so weird. I was
I
just
know,
talking about
right?
this with my mom. I want a simple band. I don't want anything that overcompensates.
also scary to lose that. I feel like I'm nervous
I
with
don't
a
wanna-
band. Like, I don't
Or
know.
it's
about-
insured. You can insure it.
I know, but
Someone could steal it.
I know.
then that's like something that hangs over you. Like, remember the time you lost your wedding ring?
Yeah.
The $6,000 wedding
My
ring?
stepdad's lost his like 3 times.
See? Yeah. I'm terrified.
Now he has to wear it around his neck.
Like
Oh,
a dog?
God.
like
No,
like a
it's
so
collar?
funny. Yeah.
It's a
'cause
microchip in his
A
head.
reminder.
you're married. Remember? Yeah.
Oh,
It
good luck,
happens.
Sean.
Expensive.
Thank you. Thank you. I need it.
Let's get married this year so our prices don't go up. Pinky swear.
Inflation.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, guys, love it or lose it. Information at your fingertips. What do you think?
Yeah, we love it. That's cool.
yeah.
That's cool. I like
We
I like seeing
love
all these
it.
stats. I like
Yeah.
stats.
Me too. All right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, guys, that's all we have for Love It or Lose It. As always, head to finding-cupid.com for more information on our news that we report here. You can find all of the stories on our website now. To read more about them, again, head to finding-cupid.com, and you can check out the latest Love It or Lose It on our website.
Oh, wait,
all
I
right.
heard this cute thing on
Oh, yeah,
NPR.
yeah.
Hey, Matt's story.
It's
Sorry.
not even mine. I'm stealing it from NPR.
Oh, that's fine.
There were these 2 guys, I think it's in DC, in like a Uber pool lift thing.
Aw.
That's the cute
An
part.
Uber pool
That's
lift.
it.
I already know it's
That was it.
Continue.
They met.
Well, they were going back to the same neighborhood because they live in the same neighborhood on Halloween. One was just as lumberjack, maybe like myself.
Is this story about you
It
secretly?
might be. And then one was dressed as Pennywise the Clown, so like not his best look, he was saying. But I guess they just really hit off the conversation, and so Pennywise then thought he would post flyers around the neighborhood as a missed connection. Like, hey, we were in the lift together. Like, I love our
No.
conversation. You were dressed as a sexy lumberjack.
Oh,
I was
cute.
Pennywise.
Uh-huh.
And if you would like to get together, here's my number. And there was like, if you wouldn't like to get together, then, like, I wish you well. And then there was a third one that was, he gave him options.
Yeah, got it.
It was
Uh-huh.
cute. It was really cute what he wrote. And so.
So he put the flyers up everywhere in the
all
neighborhood.
over. Yeah, with his phone number on it and everything.
whoa.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so
That's
Lumberjack's
so cute.
roommates, and he talked about like the wave of social media and how he just really wanted to like, I don't know, just be really old school about it and kind of cutesy. And so Lumberjack's roommates saw and said, "This has got to be you." So they Snapchatted it, and the guy called him.
Wow.
And he's not even gay, but he like wanted to like reach out to this guy and say like, no, like I had a great time and you're so great and like what a great idea. And then they were both on the show, and it was
Aw.
just so cute. And
Oh.
I don't know if they're friends or not, but
But
all.
that's cute though.
it's cute.
It'd
that
be one thing
that
if he,
guy responded.
Yeah.
yeah,
That is cute. Yeah.
because if he didn't
So-
respond, that would be weird as well. But then it's cute that he at least was like, "Hey, dude, you're cool. I think you're cool."
Yeah.
And
Would
this
you
is
guys
adorable."
respond if you met somebody in a cab and then they put flyers for you with your face on them or whatever? Would you respond?
A picture from the cab.
Yeah, a picture from the
that they
cab.
took of a profile.
I honestly think that would be a great story. First of all,
So
like, if you met that
did,
way,
even if you weren't like attracted to them, would you respond?
If you were attracted to them, would you? Or do you think it's too creepy?
No, I would respond 100%.
You would?
yeah,
Heck
no.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, especially if you knew who that person was, because you had that conversation, and you probably thought about it too.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know, but I don't know. I think it's cute,
It is cute.
and
yeah.
it makes a good story.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, even if you're not attracted to that person, like that's such a self-esteem booster. Almost like someone
my
thought I was
God.
great, and they went to great lengths to find out who I am.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Flyers, here we come.
didn't
Matt.
work, like they are not together, and then straight people are just like ruining love again.
Fucking
Wow.
straight people. First of all, gay men,
Ruining it.
stop going after straight people. I'm just gonna slap your hand that way.
Well, clearly that straight man was putting off some sort of a really
Clearly.
confusing vibe.
It's because they're fluid these days.
Yeah.
It's the fluidity that's thrown everything
Yeah.
off.
Anyway.
Anyway,
I thought it was super
that's
cute.
cute.
That is
That's
really
super
cute.
cute.
And I was
love it.
glad that NPR had them on.
I'll try to. And then they came on and talked about
Yeah,
it.
it was
Live in studio.
live. Yeah. Anywho.
I would do it and then talk about it on the air.
It was really awesome
was
for that.
single.
I just thought, oh, that's really cool that straight guy came in and like was just so open about
Yeah.
being hit on by gay men.
I love it. Hey,
Yeah.
straight girls hit on me. It's only fair, right?
Yes. Just
Oh,
the
you
same.
have game.
Girls are all over me.
Girls are.
It's the lumberjack.
It's a costume.
All you need is a beard.
I know.
Beard for the
A
facade.
beard that's a girl.
Oh my.
I was gonna say. All right, guys. Here's the best part of the show. We're gonna teach, give a little bit of advice to all of our friends out there that are single. Davina and Matt.
I'm single.
Sorry, I
I'm
had a
loving it.
cough. Davina and Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Sorry,
Listening.
it's just a cough.
That's right. We can do
Um,
whatever we want.
Yes, you can.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever
Right,
you
Matt?
want.
Yeah.
He's
So
like, whatever.
it's the time of year, obviously, that we're all going to go social outings, functions, work parties, blah, 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 family. And we're going to be verbally assaulted by a lot of questions. Okay.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be great to just give some great advice and talk about some things, to get people prepared. So if you're single, let's start with that, right? So, Davina, do you get this? Do you get this every time you go home to family during the holidays? What's going on, Davina? Is there a special guy in your life? What happened to that guy from the last time? I saw a bad Yelp review. What was that about?
Excuse me.
2 stars.
Yeah, okay, no. Absolutely
Never.
not. No,
you get it?
my parents are always just relieved that I'm not with the wrong person when I
That's
come
good.
home. You
Yeah.
know,
What about grandma? Grandma's usually the
Yeah,
one.
those
my
are the
pushing.
grandma passed away.
Oh, I'm
so,
sorry.
Yeah. But when she would ask, I mean, again, they'd just be relieved I was not with the wrong person.
Yeah. They'd rather
Yeah.
be single than with an idiot.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Matt, how about you?
Nobody really asks.
Really?
No. Sometimes they're like, is there anyone special in your life? Like, it's very roundabout.
Oh.
It's probably because I'm gay. Like, I think if I was straight, they'd be more on top of it. But
No pun intended.
they,
I was about to
yeah, I don't know. I think that they think it's like probably a weird subject, or they don't want it.
Really?
Got it.
I think
Do they not know how to ask it because you're gay?
That's probably it.
Like they don't know the terminology or like.
I don't know.
do you
Let's do like a flash mob tutorial for them. Teach them how to talk gay and ask questions.
Yeah, this is how you talk gay. Just not in a big group setting.
Yeah.
It would never be asked. But we would ask like my straight cousin in a group setting, like, oh, who are you dating? But I think more on an intimate setting and one-on-one, people are more like, oh, so are you seeing anyone? Or yeah,
Someone
it's a
special.
common question.
I think
guess.
for me, it's like if I go home, I'm at that age where all my friends are getting engaged from
Yeah.
high school and stuff. And so they're like, why? What's going on with you? And like they're showing me the ring and, their Pinterest
Right.
boards. And I'm just like,
Their Pinterest boards.
it's a thing.
That's
or
next
the
level.
hash. Oh, we have
That's
to
a
come
little
up with this
aggressive.
hashtag. And
Ew.
yeah. So
I mean, I've been there.
I just come up with really mean responses.
Girl, who does that?
Yeah. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go over some advice. So if you're single, I've had a few bits of advice here for some people. Definitely my big, advice thing here is to go out as much as possible. I think woe is the person sitting at home and being sad about it. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
that's definitely not you two,
No.
but there's people out there that I know that are like, I'm not going to go out. It's fine. I'm not going to go out with the group. And that's like worse than like being single and being sad. It's just
Yeah.
like not participating when there was an option offered.
You
know?
should go out, have
100%.
fun,
Especially during the
be
holidays,
slutty.
because everybody,
Yeah.
if you're out during the holidays, you know that person is single.
Yes.
So where it's such a good opportunity.
It's a fact that the holidays are the best time to go out because that's when all the other single people are going out. Think about it. Everyone's traveling back for the holidays. Everyone's going out because they're out from other states. They're going out because there's events. So, I mean, there's more of an option for single people who maybe even not typically are out in general.
That's true.
Yeah.
That are out. And it's cuffing season, you know?
And they're
Single
drunk
people
on
are out.
eggnog.
Oh
It's
my God.
perfect.
So much fun.
It's so perfect to take advantage of people.
I know.
Drunk on eggnog.
Wow.
Gross.
Kidding.
Um,
Too soon.
Second bit of advice, go on holidays. So this is one of my favorite things too. So when you're single, there's a lot of like opportunity to not just go on dates, but to go on fun dates. So even if you're a person who has to coordinate the date and it's like, oh, I don't know what to do, during the holidays, there's skating rinks. Ice skating rinks, I should say.
Yeah.
Even in LA, we have ice skating rinks, which is even better and
They're fun.
and easier and fun. Like it's a great idea. Going to watch a holiday movie, go make cookies at some like cake decorating place, festive things. There's a lot of fun things to do. So make them holidays and not just regular dates, and it's much easier.
Sitting on Santa's lap. Does that count as?
Oh my God! You
That's
can
a
go.
holiday.
Yeah.
It's a holiday. Yeah.
Does cowboy style? Is that okay? Is that acceptable?
Disgusting.
Oh my God.
Reverse cowboy.
Reverse cowboy.
It's like all these kids are waiting in line.
You're like-
and you're hunched
You're like
over.
now.
Santa, can we
Take it now.
69?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Too
Can I have a
far.
threesome with the elves? Miss Santa Claus, are
Bring
you
the
in?
elves. Bring the.
Terribly sorry.
Oh my God, I love that. That's funny.
Mm.
What a great holiday. Gather the squad. I know this is like duh. Everyone knows this, but
Yeah.
like. It is the best time, and I was just talking to Matt about this. I'm like, I want to do like a big holiday like outing or whatever. And I feel like because I'm getting older, the more that I get older, I like to do like festive, like let's go do a dinner. Let's do like a regular annual like holiday dinner where everyone gets dressed up and it's like fun, but like also not a high stake pressure thing like a going out on Sunset Boulevard thing. But we're like just going out. We're gonna have fun and. Maybe everyone brings like a white elephant gift. I don't know. Is that old
Yeah.
of me?
Cute.
I don't know.
No, it's
No.
adorable.
What's a white elephant gift?
What?
What?
Russian?
We'll talk to you after.
Oh, God.
Okay.
It's like you bring an old potato and you
Put a gift.
Like a little gift.
Gift
straight
wrap.
up
You
a
bring
vodka.
potato and you
You drink potato.
you put potato in stocking.
It's Merry Christmas.
In Russia, we can't afford coal. You put potato.
It's next level.
That's called white elephant.
Got it.
Oh.
And then most importantly, flirt when you travel. Davina, you were talking about like when you travel, you love to go back
Oh
home.
my God. Yeah.
Tell me about the guys back home.
Oh, they're terrible. No, guy.
Is there a guy that is like good?
No, I like going back home because I haven't seen a lot of these people in a long time, and I was kind of chunky in high school, so now they're like, oh,
Now they're like,
what's
"Hey,
your
girl."
deal? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Um,
saw
You
your
doing?
You know, like
reviews.
what?
We're never gonna let her live this down.
Yeah,
I saw you on
really regret
TripAdvisor.
that.
Yeah.
Oh. You're laughing too hard. Not
Hot in here.
Oh my
It
God.
is really hot.
No, it's fun. No, I like it. I like you know what Wednesday night is, right? Before Thanksgiving.
What?
No,
It's
tell
hit,
us.
It's hit up your hometown ex night.
What?
Wait, what?
Hit up your hometown ex.
Didn't you know that?
No.
Hit
no.
up
I don't have a hometown.
HTE.
You know the Wednesday before
an
Thanksgiving,
acronym.
everyone goes out to the local bar.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like a big high school
Oh,
reunion.
absolutely.
It's hit up your hometown
Where you
ex.
see like the
Wow.
balding high school mascot? Is that
yeah,
how
or
you like?
that guy you thought was cute who's fat and like got the
Has
cheerleader.
kids.
And you want to hit him
Yeah.
up?
No.
No, I love waking up to the text messages in the morning.
Oh, I
like,
see.
hey,
Oh,
are you
yeah.
in town?
That feels good. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like,
absolutely.
no.
I've been hit
100%.
up on Instagram. People, they're like, "Are you going to be in town for the
Yeah.
holidays?"
Love it. You
Yeah.
said yes, and so
So
am I,
I'm making,
dick.
making plans. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
see the lights,
See the lights.
Shit.
get a gift.
Deck the halls. All right. So flirt when you travel, and remember, we've talked about this before. If you happen to be flying through Chicago,
Yes.
Yeah.
Chicago has the most percentage of good-looking singles out of any airport in the United States.
So weird.
So weird.
No, it's so
I want a
accurate.
layover.
Yes.
Get it?
happening.
Get it?
Yeah. They should open up an Airbnb there.
They should. There's probably a
like
hotel.
not Airbnb. You get it.
You're like purposely traveling on like a winter storm weekend.
You just
Oh,
have your
God.
assistant book you like through Chicago, even though it's out of the way.
You're like, but you're going to Hawaii. I know.
I know, but I have business.
All right, if you're in a relationship, here's some important news too. Don't fuck it up, first of all.
Yeah.
I actually have to remind myself a lot about this. Sean, since you're my fellow relationship-y here in the room, you got to plan the fuck out.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's just like plan.
You have to.
Plan.
Everything is all the good stuff are taken. It's taken,
gone, or it takes
reservations.
time.
Yeah, it takes time. Reservations are gone. Restaurants are booked. Like you have to plan this stuff ahead of time.
See,
Yeah.
single people, it's not bad being single
No,
during the
it's
holidays.
not. Hey, and just a footnote to being single, it doesn't stop after you find someone, right? Sean, you still got to work on a lot of things.
Big
so
times. Big time.
just think of this as a blessing.
Do you guys feel like you go on special holidays? Like just the two of you? Like so you do something extra special because it's the holidays? Or no?
I see. We have a tradition. We go tree hunting, which I always feel like is a cute
that
like
sounds
moment.
so much fun.
It
That's
is.
cute.
I think it's cute. And this year we have a puppy, so I don't know if we're gonna get a tree. That's a discussion. But
Put it on the table.
Well, Danielle is all about the holidays, like big time, and I have to pretend like I'm interested. She knows I'm not interested. She knows like I don't.
I want to call
Because like we're at the store the other day, and she's like, we're just walking. We went there to get like some supplies, and she's just like, she sees a Christmas tree, she just runs over and hugs it. I'm like, can we get this one? I'm like, sweetie, it's like 2 months ahead. Like, we can't even put it. She's like, but can we just get it? And it's just, you know what I mean? So I entertain her. I'm like, all right, maybe we'll find a better one.
Maybe if
in the
you're
next
good.
store.
Maybe
Yeah,
it'll go on sale soon.
maybe it'll go on sale soon. So it's a process.
Just let her get a tree.
I know. We'll get a tree.
Okay, get a couple.
Remember, if you're in a relationship, all the small things, all the little things count just as much as the fancy gifts.
Very true.
One year, John got me this like off of Etsy, which is I talk about it all the time because it was genius. He went and got a custom like laser cut card made that had like our names.
That's nice.
A long time ago, we like carved our names into a tree in West Hollywood, which is
Oh my
so
god.
Which is
great.
vandalism.
So cute, which is
I was
also
about to say, is
against
that
the
legal?
law,
So
but cute.
cute nonetheless.
Anyone does it for you? 5 points. But he had this card made, and it was a tree on the cover of the card with our letters etched in the tree. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. So you can get all these like super cute things, and they don't have to, you know, the card is probably like maybe $10 or something like that. You're not spending a lot of money, but you're getting something very, very special and memorable.
It goes a long way.
Yeah.
It goes a long way.
Also, get drunk together during the holidays. I think
That's not
you
a
know
problem.
that's like and find the mistletoe,
Okay.
and create a holiday tradition. I think that's really important for couples, not just to go through the motions of the holiday, but create special things.
Like what? Give us an example.
Like we go, Christmas
Tree
tree hunting. Like that's definitely something.
I
Turn
already
it
have
into
mine planned.
yeah.
What's yours?
I want to get every year like the ugliest tree in the lot and make it feel pretty.
Oh, see the Charlie Brown
Aw,
Christmas
that's
tree.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Trees don't.
I
have
try to do that with
feelings.
my family, and they're like, "No, we're getting the pretty tree."
Oh,
Yeah.
I think that's cute.
Thank you.
Some things to avoid if you're single,
If you're being single,
stop being single.
Also, I was thinking it would be nice if like a really pretty person picked you as the ugly person, and then like tried to make you
Like
feel
decorated
pretty in
you?
the holidays.
Yara,
So,
you've got
there's
potential.
you like I'm the Charlie Brown.
wait.
tree.
Okay. I did hear something yesterday that I have to share because it totally melted my
You
heart.
have 30 seconds.
I have 30 seconds. Okay.
Hurry up.
They are fostering dogs from shelters
Oh,
just
my
for
God.
Thanksgiving, so that they
Stop.
have somewhere to go, be with a family just for Thanksgiving. How nice is that?
You
And then
guys,
what do they do with
as-
them after?
and then they give them back.
They give them back to the shop. But they're
Eat
hoping
'em.
that the family will fall in love with them and will
More
keep
than
them, or a
likely.
friend will see them at Thanksgiving and fall in love with them.
You guys,
But-
as
Or
a new
incinerate
as
them.
a new puppy daddy, I'm telling you.
Thanks, Matt.
What? That's so evil.
What is wrong with you?
Jesus.
It's a great idea though.
This is why he's single. He incinerates puppies right after Thanksgiving. All right. I love that. We're going to find a link to that and put it on our website. And we're just going to commit you to a sanitarian.
Well, hopefully someone will make me feel pretty.
Hopefully somebody will
Fosters
take
Matt.
you in
Yeah.
and foster you, not incinerate you. All right. Things to avoid if you're single. Don't be desperate. Don't just like say yes to the first person that's like Matt. Just because you need a significant other at a upcoming social event. Avoid buying gifts for new relationships. This is very dangerous. I always tell everybody, I know sometimes a lot of us have a giving heart, but it comes off as aggressive if you're in a very new relationship and you like show up with a gift at the door, especially if it's like over the top.
Yeah.
Makes people feel uncomfortable. What if they don't like you? You'll want to invest when you know that person is invested in you.
That's good advice.
Also avoid the urge to settle just to lock in a big spoon. So some of us on the physical side, are like, well, this guy's not so great, but he's good in bed. She's good in bed. Let's just settle for this one until the new year. Don't do that. If you're in a relationship, last minute planning, like we said, avoid that. Avoid dressing down for parties. This is a thing that I've read about a lot too. This is the one time of year that as a couple, you get to go out and be in public and, show off your stuff as a couple. Dress up. It's the one time of year to show that you clean up well. And what was I going to say? Forgetting your couple and that
At a party.
At a party.
Yeah.
So, obviously you're together. Sometimes you invite your significant other to a party and sometimes you kind of leave them alone. Like, don't do that. Like, that's a bad thing. Don't leave them, especially if they're a new date, or a new relationship. You want them to feel comfortable, stand by them all the time. Anyways, all the time until you're married. Then after that, you can
Ditch
incinerate them.
Yeah.
All right,
Send
guys.
them back to the home where you got them.
The shelter. For more information, we have more tips and stuff for surviving the holidays on our website. Please head to fighting-cupid.com. As always, thank you so much to my amazing co-hosts. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, everybody. Don't forget, this is that time of year to cuff it down if you're single. So make it count everywhere you go. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Enjoy the holidays. And as always, for more on Fighting Cupid Radio, head to iTunes, subscribe to our podcast, or to iHeartRadio, where you can also listen to our podcast for free. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.